Hello everybody, my name is Zachary in the Rabbit Squad. Ah, crap. Wait. Sorry, I just had... As seen in my last video, I had to take a little vacation over in Venice. In Lego Venice, so yeah, and also Spider-Man was there for some reason, so I ended up stealing his mask. And I don't think that anything bad will happen to the kid, to be honest. He seems like a nice kid. Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. Well, I spoke too soon. Anyways, today we are taking a look at... What's this? Drink Me. Well, I guess I could see what this thing is. Two hours later. Guys, Zachary turned into a baby. What? Yeah, how are we supposed to get him back to his normal little non-baby self for the review? Oh, he's adorable. Oh, wait a minute. And wait a minute. There's a note that came with it. If you want to change your friend back into his regular human form, then your friend is gonna have to review Boss Baby 2. If he doesn't review Boss Baby 2, then he will stay a baby forever. Seems pretty convoluted, I'd say, but it's worth a shot. Alright, so what I heard from Chloe is that if I eat this piece of candy, I turn back into an adult. Seems like kind of a major segue just to get to a review of Boss Baby 2, but anyway. Well, candy worked. Well, this candy worked. What is this thing anyway? What is that candy anyway? Just normal Pez? Well, anyways, Boss Baby 2 was a thing. Boss Baby 2 was a thing that came out this year. Yeah, I completely forgot that. This review is thanks to Clare Carey, who suggested it in the comments of my August 2021 update video. Of my July 30th update video, I think. And Boss Baby 2 is the movie that I went with, so for this one, we're reviewing the Boss Baby 2 Family Business. Now, this movie is, of course, a sequel to the 2017 movie, The Boss Baby, which was absolutely terrible. which was just a terrible movie which was just an awful movie. The story was absolutely ridiculous. The movie's acting was fine at best. The movie's acting was fine and the animation was good at least, but I'd say that the movie's humor is just the same thing of, oh, look at that, babies can't do that. Babies don't usually do that. Oh, look, they're doing adult stuff. Babies doing adult stuff. Babies doing stuff that adults usually do. Oh, haha, isn't that so funny? Isn't that so funny that you want a full 2-hour movie, that you want a full hour and 45-minute movie about it? Or I think it's like an hour and 40. Isn't that concept so good that you need a freaking hour and 30-minute movie about it? Yeah. Anyways, so the movie was successful enough at the box office from back when it came out in 2017 that in 2021 and during a year that already had a lot of contenders for bad movies of the year, Boss Baby 2 came out July of 2021. And this is actually a review that I'm kind of surprised that I wouldn't be surprised if the movie wasn't suggested that I wouldn't end up reviewing the movie later on, because Boss Baby was actually one of the first movies I have ever reviewed. Like, if you take a look back at my first ever video, which, oh goodness, that video was not really that great, in my opinion. And I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really the best. It's not really that great compared to my other videos. It's not really that much of a... It was a good starter video to the channel. But yeah, back then I reviewed The Boss Baby along with Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers, and Smurfs: The Lost Village. Which I had some pretty interesting words to say about that movie. Yeah, so... Oh, before I get stuck on the topic of the first movie for too long... and before the Pez candy wears out, and before the Pez candy formula wears off, so I could actually be an adult, so I could actually just be myself. How about we take a look at 2021's sequel that nobody wanted, Boss Baby Family Business. So the movie begins with an open monologue from our main character Tim, who in this movie is voiced by James Marsden instead of Tobey Maguire, who voiced older Tim in the first movie. So now Tim has a wife named Carol, played by Eva Longoria, and two daughters, one named Tabitha, played by Ariana Greenblatt, who I think is actually the daughter of C.H. Greenblatt, the creator of Chowder. Which that's actually a pretty cool fact. And I think she also voiced Daphne and the young Daphne in the 2020 Scooby-Doo movie that came out last year. Pretty good. And she does a good job in this movie with her acting. And she's a good actor. Then we have also the baby of the family, Tina, who we'll get into her later. Don't worry. We'll get into Tina later. Anyways, so... it turns out after the events of the first movie, Tim and Ted grown apart. Tim and Ted, the boss baby himself, grown apart over the years. And it turns out that Tim and his daughter are growing apart as well. With her daughter, with her dad still, with Tim still living in his imagination land that he had in the first, still acting like a young kid, and trying to give some of that childhood fun that he had as a kid to his daughter, who is more into into working on stuff and is more influenced by Uncle Ted, or by her Uncle Ted, played by Alec Baldwin. But then the movie decides to go into... And I thought the first act of this movie kind of was interesting. I thought the whole aspect of having... I thought the movie did really have some heart with Tim trying to bond with his daughter, or the same way that, by entertaining her with the stuff that he did as a kid, that he wasn't entertained by as a kid. And I really do like Tim's character in the movie. And then the movie kind of takes a nosedive once a certain scene happens in the movie. Tim ends up hearing a noise downstairs while he is in the attic with Wizzy, the wizard. What kind of name is that? Anyways, so he goes down and sees that, and we get introduced to Tina once again, and this time she's a boss baby played by Amy Sedaris. Yay. And her whole thing in the movie is that she's trying to get at Tim and Ted back together, or to do a mission for Baby Corp. Yeah, the movie really tries to... Yeah, and don't worry, you'll not confuse Baby Corp with Baby Corp in this movie, because constantly in the movie, anytime somebody says Baby Corp, you just hear Tina in the background go, Corp. Baby Corp. It's just... she's the most annoying character in the movie. And she always refers to Tim as Daddy. I'm not really a fan. And she gets quite annoying by the time that Ted shows up in the movie. She gets quite annoying. And she's supposed to be one of the big main characters of the movie. So that is kind of a bad sign of your movie. When one of your main characters is debatably more intolerable than freaking... is more intolerable is less intolerable than freaking Jar Jar Binks from the prequel trilogy. Okay, I won't go that far, but anyways, so Tim decides not to. So Tim pretty much gave up on messaging Ted, but Tina had her own idea of pretty much making it seem like Tim messaged Ted about Tabitha falling off her pony. So then, and of course Ted goes in on his giant helicopter down to the house, down to Tim's house, and then Tim tries to convince Ted that Baby Core is a thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Baby Corp. So he tries to convince Ted about Baby Corp, which leads into Ted making the only funny joke in the movie. The only joke that I laughed at in this movie, where he pretty much just goes, okay, Tim, I'm gonna get you a doctor. I'm gonna give you the name of a doctor. Okay, that's the only funny joke in the movie. I'll give the movie credit that. I'll give the movie credit. There was only one joke in that movie that made me laugh, and it was that one. So, great job, Boss Baby 2. Doesn't mean the rest of the movie's bad, but doesn't mean the rest of the movie's good, but hey, you at least got one thing down. So, yeah, Tina decides to... So then we learn about the movie's villain in Dr. Armstrong, played by Jeff Goldblum, who runs a big proper school, and is trying to, and I guess his whole, and we later find out that his whole motivation is to mind control parents, and with his app that's created by babies. You can't make this crap up. Can't make this freaking crap up. Anyways, so Tina decides to... So now it's up to Tim, Ted, and Tina who break into the facility and take down Armstrong and find out Armstrong's evil plan. So then we get the part in the movie where then we get the major part in the movie that you've seen in all the trailers. Tim and Ted turn back into babies. Tim and Ted turn back into babies for 24 hours. Well, only Ted does for some reason, because the formula in this movie is supposed to turn both of them into babies, but I guess the movie just forgot that Tim was like 8 in the first movie, so why wouldn't he turn into a baby? Why didn't they just turn him into a baby? Oh yeah, we need to reuse the old designs from the first movie. We need to find some way to reuse those models. So yeah, then the movie goes into... So then Tim pretty much lies to his wife and says that him and Ted are going on a bonding trip, a brother bonding trip, which they absolutely believe, I guess. So then we have a car chase sequence where we learn that, I forgot to bring this up at the beginning, but all the babies from the first movie are now grown adults, and specifically the big one, Jimbo, the big kind of stupid one, Jimbo. Oh, and Boss Baby's and also the girl character from the first movie, Stacy, are now a couple, I guess, and frickin' Jimbo is mayor. Gosh darn it, movie. This movie is literally just throwing everything at the board to see what lands. And I guess that's one of the stuff that did, I guess. Also, the 3 triplet babies become police officers. So then this culminates in a sequence where Tim and Ted have to go to the school, but they figure out, but now we get the whole, but we have to, of course, have it in a wacky way. So Tim and Ted take pretty much a ride in a teacup, riding while a pony is driving them, and knocking into a movie theater that's playing 2002 Spirit. It's Stallion of the Cimarron dragging a dude from that movie who still thinks that it's real. Because for some reason he was seeing it in 3D. Like, who's seeing Spirit in 3D? Who's seeing Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron in 3D? Not a lot of people saw it when it came out. And definitely not a lot of people saw its sequel movie, technically. Sequel movie, Spirit Untamed. Oh, please don't tell me I gotta review that. And so, yeah, then the movie... Then we get more... They also run into Jimbo, who's presenting a Christmas tree, and they all go into... And this all leads... And after all those shenanigans, and Tim and Ted finally make it to the school on time. And for some reason, I guess... And so... Oh, it's also... And also Tabitha goes to that school as well, so... Oh, Tim decides to switch his badge, which was for a yellow room, with the Boss Baby's blue badge, where Boss Baby's now in a pretty much holding facility. Tim is in a class with his daughter. And names himself, I can't make this up, he names himself Marco Lightspeed. Yeah, and if you thought... Yeah, I think even the movie makes fun of that name, like, several different times. So yeah, Tim decides... So Tim, to try to get to the principal's office to meet up with Ted, decides to try to get himself in trouble. Decides to get himself in trouble to try to get himself sent to the principal's office, where Run DMC's Tricky plays. And instead of getting sent to the principal's office, he gets sent to this terrifying place called the Box, where the same song is played 24/7, and you're stuck in a meditation cube for like 2 hours. That is very Boss Baby, even for the Boss Baby 2, that's very weird. That was a very weird part. But yeah, so then after Ted makes a breakout himself with the help of all the other her babies, he actually meets up with Armstrong, who's then revealed to be a baby. Bum bum bum. Yeah. Not like I've seen that. Wait a minute, wasn't that at the twist of the first movie? Oh, wait, I'm supposed to go. Then it's revealed Armstrong is a baby. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, this movie's not very that original compared to the first movie. So yeah, then Armstrong reveals that he's been using babies and teaching them code, and also having them make mobile apps like Stock Crush. So yeah, then there's also a joke in the movie where Ted just randomly where I think they were supposed to make a joke, but they just had Ted scream out Cobra Kai twice. There's your extent of humor in this movie so far. There's your extent of humor in the second act of the movie so far. So yeah, then Tim and Ted get into an argument or something. And which then leads into Tim getting kicked off the mission, and which leads to him ending up trying to help out Tabitha in a side plot of the movie where Tabitha has a dance that she needs to practice for, so Tim decides to help her out in the disguise of Marco Lightspeed. Like, seriously, does anybody freaking note it? Nobody knows what... Nobody freaking remembers what Tim looks like as a kid? Like, the only ones who get close to noticing is Tim's parents. Which even they pass it off because he's wearing glasses. So then we get an honestly cute moment where and where Tim ends up teaching Tabitha how to sing in a musical number. her, yeah, you never expected Boss Baby 2 to be a musical, but here we are. So yeah, Tim ends up teaching Tabitha how to sing, which leads in a honestly cute sequence, ends with some clever animation use. But then Ted comes back. Again, we get to the brothers bonding again, thanks to the card that was left at the end of the first movie. Thanks to Tim's card to Boss Baby at the end of the first film. So yeah, then the climax of the movie pretty much culminates, and so then we get to the final act of the movie, where Ted ends up, where they all form a plan to catch Armstrong, to embarrass Armstrong in front of the whole crowd, to reveal that he was actually a baby. And they end up and the two end up but the plan pretty much gets ruined, as even though they do get rid of the director, who was also Tabitha's bully, by literally attaching a bow to his mouth, which it is revealed that he had to have it pretty much medically removed, which, that's kind of dark. But hey, it's just fine, because it's a kids' movie. And we only see him once. Then there's also a joke about how Boss Baby disguises as the baby Jesus. Why? Why do you do this to me, movie? Like, okay, I'll give the movie credit. It made me laugh ironically at the doctor joke with Ted, and it made me laugh unironically because there's a literal line in the Boss Baby movie where somebody says, "Is that the baby Jesus?" Why do you do this to me? Anyways, so the trap ends. So they figure out that there's a trap, that there's a button that will shut everything down, but it turns out to be a trap. And Armstrong and Ted and Tim are caught by Armstrong, put in the box. And this is right when Tabitha starts singing, in a pretty cute moment, actually. In a pretty heartwarming moment. But then oh, wait, heartwarming? No, that can't be. How can we ruin this scene? How can we ruin this heartfelt moment? Oh, wait, wasn't Tina supposed to be there? So Tina ends up seeing Tabitha, and tells her that Tim and Ted are actually there. So it's now up to them to figure out how to stop Armstrong. And Tim and Ted break out of the box by using power of Pony. Hooray for Pony. So yeah, then we get the final climax of the movie, where Armstrong has to fight Tina in one of his suits. in his leisure suit. And also Tabitha. Where they learn that the giant acorn in the middle of the school is actually the server. So they try to take it down, but then Armstrong gets in the way. Hey, but then using the power of Mentos and Coca-Cola, they end up saving the day. Hey, by destroying Armstrong's suit, by taking down Armstrong, and all is set back to normal. And the movie ends off with Armstrong, with all of them reuniting. Ted ends up actually, he's spending a day with his brother on Christmas. Ends up actually spending time with his brother on Christmas. And the movie ends off with Armstrong finally seeing his parents. Finally returning to his parents. The end. So that was Boss Baby Family Business, and I'll give it credit. It's better than the first movie, but it's not that great of a movie. It's not that good of a movie. Anyway, it's not really that great of a movie. Boss Baby 2 pretty much feels like a generic animated film. Pretty much feels like that they had a group of writers who wrote like some scenes in the movie who actually had some heart for the film, that actually put in heart for the film. But they were also another group of writers who decided ending the movie off with Wizzy and Skeletor taking a selfie was a good idea. So yeah, the movie, I'll give it credit, the animation is good and some of the moments are heartwarming, but the movie still falls flat due to the fact that it does have a lot of the problems that the first movie had. It was a bland. The jokes were pretty much the same crap of, oh, this is stuff babies don't do. Babies don't do that. My overall rating for the Boss Baby Family Business is a 4 out of 10. Alright, so thankfully I haven't turned into a baby again, so I guess it worked. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the review, and don't forget, you gotta catch them all.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.